Well, hello gang, and welcome back to Arcanum. Last time we found the exiled Dwarf King, got the location of Stillwater, and before we go do anything else, I of course have to do a little bit of inventory here. Shouldn't actually take too long or be too difficult. It's not like we have to worry about any of these random encounters anymore. This goes back to what I was talking about earlier in the game though as well. Enemies are either a complete pushover, or they kick your ass. There's very rarely any in between. You have anything worth taking? A mithril ring. I don't care about your worthless robes. I can't wear them and get any benefits, and I can't sell them and make any gold. Really? Another one of you? Well, good job dodging. Unfortunately, you didn't dodge nearly enough. And, well, the last video was saving. Seriously? I'm kind of curious exactly what did happen to the Black Mountain clan. We know that they're not on the Isle of Despair like they should be. We still have no idea who exactly is sending these goons after me. Or after Virgil. Actually, it would just be after me, because they don't appear to be hunting for anyone else. You better pick up your weapon, Jaina. I'm watching you. If you're gonna be clumsy enough to drop it. For fuck's sake, game, how many of these people do you want me to kill? Is there gonna be any of the Malachian hand left by the time I'm done heading to Toronto? They're apparently combing the landscape. Like every few miles, another squad of them is heading towards the coast, and then they just make a grid lattice pattern. I should probably loot these guys. Just in case, since I'm broke now. Can't really afford much of anything. I don't even think I could afford a week at the inn. Also, I'm kind of curious while I'm here. You know, I could go down there and I could deal with the sewers while we're here instead of going to Stillwater. In fact, that... You know... There's a couple things we might actually end up doing. Like, do I kick Jaina out and go back and get Virgil? I kind of would like him to join us in Stillwater. Since we're still looking for his... Well, I don't know if it's his master or his trainer, his friend, the head priest, whatever. Loghair. The judgment on the Black Mountain clan has been passed. Make certain they are at the appointed meeting place at the agreed-upon time. I speak with the authority of the Silver Lady, Queen of the Elves. If all conditions are not met, we will next meet upon the field of battle. So that's what that says. To get Virgil or not to get Virgil for this? I think no. We won't get Virgil. As tempting as it is, and honestly as much as I probably should, because I am curious what he would have. Well, I'm having an internal fight with myself. Because I am really curious what he would have to say about all this. And I'm sure that he would interrupt me as soon as we got there. And I started reading whatever note is left for us. I would have to take all of her gear off and give it to him because he is not leveled or geared up. Like, what level are you now, Jaina? 23? Okay, fine, I won't. I can't, I mustn't. I'm not gonna waste time getting Virgil. I can't do it. I'm gonna keep all these rings with me. Not gonna go do the sewers. I want to go see what's in Stillwater. I'm half tempted to dive into the boil here, though, and try and strike down anybody who would get in my way. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. If you enter the boil, you're doing so at your own risk. You guys don't want to attack me? Have you thought better of it? Hey, you're one of those technologist fellas I hear all about. Amazing. Never thought I'd see someone like you here. What can I do for you anyways? What do you even sell? Garbage, okay. Well, I thought these guys might attack me, and it's possible they will if I talk to them. I'm gonna guess they know better by now, though. Maybe they can look at me and tell that I'm a badass. I also have 100% on my goody two-shoes alignment meter. Primarily because I haven't taken the evil option in every dialogue tree, which is kill the person. Which I love. Really? For a while, I was getting tired of just running into you guys and barely escaping with my life. Now I'm just getting tired of wasting time clicking on you and getting easy levels. Let's see. Auto skeleton key. Lockpicks and small spring. Well, I'm not heading back to Toronto because we just left. I'm sure I can find a small spring in Stillwater if they've got even the most basic of shops there. Every town should have a general store, right? Should have one of those scrap collectors somewhere. I really wish I could talk my way out of this just so I wouldn't have to stain my clothes with your worthless blood. We're up to 231 gold coins now. Oh man. This game. Well, that's friendly looking. The Falling Hammer. Hello, sir. I am Richard Leeks, blacksmith of Stillwater. How might I be of service? What can you tell me about Stillwater? Stillwater? Oh, she's just a small town. Used to be quite a place back when Bates first made his steam engine. People used to think we'd be as big as Toronto. But as you can see, we're still just the same old Stillwater. A few stores, a few people. All in all, a pretty quiet little town. What's there to see around here? Oh, not much. We've an inn and a tavern, if you're looking for a place to stay. Other than our well-made weapons, he points to some of his own wares, happily smiling. I suppose our biggest claim to fame is the Stillwater Giant. Oh, I'd also guess that some people find the cult of Gestiana a bit strange. Okay, what's unique about the weapons made here? We do a lot of trading with the dwarves. They have the best mithril ore and arcanum, and it makes well-balanced weapons, as well as holding powerful enchantments. My family has been making swords in Stillwater for 400 years. I don't mean to be wordy, son, but if there's anyone in this land who knows more about bladesmithing than I do, I'd be very surprised. Okay, what's the Stillwater Giant? The Stillwater Giant? Oh, it's just a local legend, really. Folks have been seeing the monster all over the country for years, but I think it's all a load of bunk. If you're interested in finding out more about it, there's a man named Stanley Hippington here in town who can tell you more. So wait, you said some of your weapons were enchanted. Do you do that? Oh, no. There's a local wizard in these parts who I use to enchant the weapons. He's a stubborn old codger, but we get along pretty well. Goes by the name of Cyrus. He puts spells on my weapons, and I check in on him from time to time. Do some work around his place when he needs it. Come to think of it, what day is it? I don't know, I can't look at my calendar, apparently. Huh, that's strange. Old Cyrus was supposed to come down here yesterday. I haven't had the time to check in on him, and today I'm especially busy with an order from the Caledonian Guard. I sure hope he's doing alright. Well, I could check on him for you. I love doing fetch quests. Yes. You do seem a trustworthy type. Would you mind making sure that no harm has come to him? And when you talk with him, tell him I'll be needing his services as soon as possible. This shipment has to go out by the end of the week. If you do this, I think I could find an extra Stillwater blade to pass your way. What say you, friend? I'll do it. What do you sell? Garbage, sir. Absolute garbage. Dread armor, huh? Okay. Even Tarant has better wares than you. I thought you said you had good stuff. Here, take these 10 coins. Where's the elven city of Kintara, too? I never even knew anyone who lied about knowing where it is. Poor beggars. Well, we're in the tavern. Let's save it, since I'm likely to get my face punched in. Or I'm likely to feed somebody my blade. What have you heard here, madam? Just enjoying my drink, friend. What do you know? No. I'm not playing your dumb money games. Hello, half-elf ogre. What do you want? Well, that was rather rude, sir. I just wanted to ask you a question. Anything strange going on around here? If you're traveling in the hills northwest of Stillwater, watch out for old Drogue Blacktooth, the ogre. He's mostly harmless, but you never know with him. How about how to get to Kintara? I don't know. You might try asking Mirth. He lives a bit north of the Falling Hammer. Okay, that's actually useful information. Goodbye, you don't know anything. That was rather rude. Got any rumors here? Have you heard about Adkin Chambers' tragic past? To be crippled in such a way. That stout fellow is truly barbaric. I don't care. Speak, dwarf, or do you not know how? Okay. Everyone in this town, or everyone in that tavern is an asshole. It's good to know. Got the Bleeding Rose Inn. This is where we were supposed to come. I believe that Joachim has left something for me. Yes, he left some things for you. Now, where did I put them? Here you go. So what did he leave us? A book. Holy crap. The men trying to kill you seem to be the remnants of the Malachian Hand, who long ago were assassins for the Order of the Dead Dirian Kia. I have his sword. I found this ancient but incomplete text concerning their history. They don't seem to be bad fellows, perhaps just a bit misdirected. Things are too dangerous right now. I shouldn't have even had you come here. I'll find you. So let's see. Lost Histories of the Malachian Hand. Their separation from the Order of the Dead was always a mystery, but translation of the Scrolls of Trellian, first assassin of the Hand, have brought to light their enigmatic reasons for leaving. A half-torn excerpt from the fourth scroll reads, "And the writings of the great necromancer were found by me, and his madness and abominations were made clear, and I threw myself to the ground with great sorrow and a gnashing of teeth. How evil were the men to whom we had pledged our hearts and our swords. I vowed to make war, and we set ourselves upon them, and the grey legions on the plains of Voradin, and we broke them, but were also broken upon them. My heart burns." Obviously, there were doctrinal differences between the Dirian Ka and their order of assassins. The great necromancer referred to as obviously Kurgan the Terrible, after whose death was formed the Order of the Dead. The writings that Trellian refers to are unknown, but it's been surmised that they were some sort of personal journal or logbook. One of the scrolls of Trellian also refers to a the master's place of dark secrets set among the stones, which may or may not have referred to Kurgan's lost laboratory, spoken of curiously in both the writings of Balak and Yisrod. Well, how the hell does that help me? It says he would find me. The ancient text given to me by Joachim is about the Malachian hand. The reason behind their separation from the Darien Ka seems to be something that was discovered about Kurgan, who was the first of the Dark Necromancers, and whose death was the reason behind the formation of the Order of Dead. That's spooky. General Goods. They do have a general goods store. Get over here. I need a small spring, sir. I need a small spring, sir. You don't carry that crap. Actually, you won't even buy my jewelry? Okay. It's good jewelry, sir, I swear. It's possibly hundreds or thousands of years old. I got it from the dwarves. Fair and square. They said I could have it, I swear. It's totally not cursed or stolen or anything like that. I'm not gonna go dig through his rubbish bin. As tempting as it is. What is this? A place of prayer, maybe. Another altar, perhaps. Let's see if I can go make this priest angry. Human noble. We have an altar. A statue of the goddess of Geshtiana. I don't see a goddess there at all. This devastatingly beautiful woman seems to swallow you with her eyes. How delightful! A traveler. Welcome to Stillwater. It's a wondrous day, is it not? Well, you're in quite the good mood, aren't you? It is so kind of you to say so, but I know I am not being as loving as our goddess wishes. I must apologize for being so down today. Someone has gone and stolen the idol of our beloved goddess, Geshtiana, the Lady of the Vine, and with the festival so close. That's horrible. The Geshtiana festival is the most important time of the year for us, and we simply could not have it without the idol. Her absence would cast a pall over the whole proceedings. I could try to find it, maybe. If you were to return our idol, our goddess would bestow her blessing upon you. I've only got one blessing so far, and that was from the very beginning of the game. What exactly would this blessing do? A blessing from our goddess would fill your heart with so much joy that you would appear more beautiful to those around you. I have been amply blessed by the goddess, as you can see. Our goddess is a powerful one. Simply possessing the idol itself will make you more appealing to others. Well, you've got a point. You have yourself a deal. Bless you, brother. She gently caresses our face for the briefest of moments, melting our heart. What can you tell me about Stillwater, though? Stillwater is love and harmony. Everyone is welcome. Love and harmony? But Stillwater's famous for its swords. And our swords are made with love, to be used against the evil and vicious of the world. Wow, I'm glad I've got a good response here, game. My sword is to be used against mindlessly happy idiots like you. Your troubled spirit hurts me. I no longer wish to speak with you, though I am truly sorry for your pain. God damn it, game. You reel me in and then you just kick me in the face. I'm sorry, I'm trying to become a loving person, but the game designers won't let me. I commend your efforts to that end. Since you truly want to change, Stillwater welcomes you with open arms. Well, I've changed my mind. Time to stab you. I think I'll be leaving. I did see we went back up to Courteous there, but come on. The only option you give me is to insult her? I'm like a paragon of virtue at this point. I should only have cheesy hero lines to choose from. Hello, good halfling. Might I ask your name? I am Gildor Nightwalk. Who are you? My name is Krugmar, the dwarf. Well, what is it? Do you have any work for me? He looks us over, thoroughly assessing our capabilities. Work, huh? I don't think you're up to the task I would have you do. It's no simple task and will require great stealth to complete. You don't have the look of a thief about you. Yeah, you're correct. My skills don't lie in that area. Then giving you this particular task will most likely kill you. Something I am quite sure you would not appreciate. Wait, just tell me of it. Let me judge my own capabilities. Maybe I can cut my way through. Well, I'm going to tell you a story. The tale will give you greater insight into the task you are going to attempt. So please be patient and listen. As a youth, I was pressed into service by a group of travelers. They were a rowdy, barbarous lot, seeking to gain great wealth and reputation while adventuring throughout the land. I found my place among them, for at times stealth was called for, and this was my greatest ability. As time progressed, I proved to them that I was no mere impressed servant, and became a valued member of the group. We adventured together for several years, following old tales and discovering lost treasures. It was a rich and wild time in my life. One fateful day we were lazing about, recovering from our last adventure. We had just cleared out a cavern full of lizard men that had been terrorizing the local community. Deep in the back of the cave, we discovered an unmarked chest, sealed tight. When we collected our fee from the local magistrate, we conveniently failed to mention the chest. It took Nightfire, a half-breed elven member of the troop, nearly 2 days to spring the lock and open the chest. Since Nightfire was an expert with the lock, there was much anticipation and speculation done over the supposed contents of the box. Inside the chest, we were disappointed to find only a few coins, several interesting baubles, and a book. As I was the only literate member, I was given the book to review. Here, I still have the book. Why don't you read it for yourself? Tell me when you have finished and I'll continue. Tannin Rotbringer's journal. One of my sons, Callan, had wandered off into the woods to play. I set out to find him, and he had been gone most of the day. He was often one to wander, but not normally for this length of time. I tracked him deep into the woods, farther than I or anyone I know had ever ventured before. As I moved deeper into the unknown, I came to an area where the hairs at the base of my neck began to stand on end. The air seemed to cool, and the sounds of the forest ceased to exist. Yet Callan's tracks continued, so I pressed onward, calling out to him. And then I saw it. A clearing, silent and haunted. Scattered throughout the clearing were several large stones, positioned as if to have meaning. I believe they had arcane writings carved upon them, but could not discern them from my distance. In the center of these stones stood an altar, and upon that altar was the largest ruby I had ever beheld. It was several moments before I could take my eyes from it, so mesmerizing was the jewel. It was then that I noticed Callan, not far off to the side. As I watched, he began to run towards the altar. It appeared he was intent on gaining the ruby. I shouted for him to wait, but he paid me no heed. Before I could stop him, Callan passed by the first marked stone. As he did so, a most unnatural beast burst forth from the ground. He cried out in terror and turned to flee, but the horror was upon him. The beast killed him before he had even taken a step back toward me. A look of absolute terror frozen to his face. I stood powerless, frozen in fear of the apparition and macabre scene before me. Oh, horror. I dared not move toward the beast. Instead, I ran from that most accursed place as fast as my feet would carry me. I was forced to leave my precious Callan where he lie, for I never found the courage to return. I warned the surrounding farmers of the horror in the woods. All children were forbidden from venturing far from home from that day forward. I can only pray that the beasts are tied to that wicked place and will never be let loose upon us. It has been years since that dreadful day. Many have forgotten what happened that day in the woods, yet I still mourn the loss of my beloved Callan, and have never been able to remove the vision of that hideous creature from my mind. To this day it haunts my sleep. I am old, and soon shall die. I leave this record as warning to anyone who might venture deep into the haunted woods. Beware! Let no other souls be consumed by the beast of the jewel. It's an interesting story so far. That's fascinating. Continue your story. Yes, where was I? Oh yes, I had just finished reading the book. We quickly reviewed the map drawn inside to determine our distance from the ruby. It was several days' travel from our encampment. Fools that we were. We pulled out at daybreak in search of the gem. As we neared the locale, it was as the book described. The hairs on our necks raised, and the forest sounds ceased. You could feel the apprehension in the air. Then we came upon the clearing, and the ruby. It was amazing. Never have I beheld a more beautiful thing. We were all mesmerized, dreaming of the pleasure we could enjoy once in possession of such a treasure. 2 of our troops suddenly ran forward to grab the jewel, and all others save me followed. For I never join in battle, my strength not lying in combat. "Wait!" I hollered. "Remember the beast!" But it was too late. As the 2 men passed the first stone, a hideous creature emerged from the depths. My comrades drew their weapons, but they were clearly outmatched. In horror, I stood there. As the fighting moved about, more beasts materialized to join the fray. I counted 7 beasts that dreadful day, 1 for each of the strange stones that filled the clearing. The death cries of my comrades were quickly silenced, and rather than turning on me, as I feared they would, the creatures disappeared back into the depths as the last body fell. Cautiously I approached the stones, yet dared not pass their mark. As I observed the morbid scene that lay before me, I noticed that there was a warning carved upon each stone. It read, "The great ruby of Kalaru is found. Heed this warning ere you move forward. He who walks without a sound shall pass the death beneath the ground." If only they had read the stones. A sickness grew in me, for I knew, had my comrades only waited, they would still be alive, for I had the skill necessary to obtain the ruby. But in the aftermath, this terror shook my bones. I was too shaken from what I had witnessed, and I lacked the confidence to complete the task. So what did you do? I fled from the scene of carnage. I wandered aimlessly for a time, before making Stillwater my home. I have never left again. I fear my adventuring days have come to an end. Yet, as the author of the book says, the jewel and the beasts still haunt my sleep. So you never returned? No, I never did. Yet I still desire the great ruby of Kalaru, or Kalru, whatever. As you have probably surmised, I want you to retrieve the jewel for me. If you can do this deed, I'll pay you 1,500 coin. A large sum, but I believe the risk demands such a price. What say you? Will you do this task for me? I'll try to retrieve it. Maybe not for you, but I might get it for myself. Very good. Here, let me see your map. I'll show you the location. Okay. Well, at least we got a location marked on our map. That's pretty much all I was hoping he would do. I don't really intend to go get the jewel for him. I think I would need stealth, apparently. Or prowling, or something like that. And, quite frankly, I'm not going to be leveling that up, so forget it. Hello, elf? Excuse me there, sir. Just what exactly do you think you're doing in my house? Well, I was told that you might know where Kintara is. No, I'm not gonna just blurt that out. As if he would tell a fucking dwarf anyways. Look, please excuse the intrusion, but I was hoping you could help me. Hope is a wonderful thing. But what makes you think I'd actually help the likes of you? Perhaps I could help you first, you know? It's the way it works in the world. What? I don't need your help. Are you mad? I'm in no need of assistance, nor did I ask for anything. Okay, we started on the wrong foot. Can we start over? You bastard. He dislikes me, that's fine. He's a dirty elf. Why don't you tell me where Kintara is before I gut you? Kintara? You seek Kintara? Did I stutter, you knife-eared bastard? It's in the forest. Even a fool knows that. Yeah, I realize it's in the forest. Then why are you asking me where it is? He's gonna give me just the circles. He's gonna run me around until I'm tired. Do you know where Kintara is located or not? Out with it, man! It's in the glimmering forest. He notably tries to keep from laughing. Where exactly in the forest? It's in the trees! Look, it's urgent that I find Kintara. And why is it so important that you find Kintara, if you don't mind me asking? Actually, I don't mind that you ask. I was hoping we could have a dialogue here. I'm gonna make him wait a second. Well, let him wait. Well, are you gonna tell me or not? I said I don't mind you asking, not that I'd tell you. Ha! Very good. A man after my own heart. Kintara. Yes, I know where it is. Well, tell me where it's located. Elves just don't go revealing that information at the drop of a hat. But I can sympathize with your plight. I'll show you where Kintara lies, but you first must prove your worth. And how would I go about doing that? I'm not quite sure you'd be up to the task. This is a rite of passage for young elves. A cultural tradition. Very old and very difficult. Look, I can do it. Just tell me what needs to be done. You must bring me the pelt of the mystical Stillwater giant. Only then will I entrust you with the location of the mother city. Oh, and where exactly do I find this mystical Bigfoot creature? I recommend you speak with Stanley Xavier Hippington. He's the local expert on the Stillwater giant. Do you know anything about the Stillwater giant? Oh, it's just an ancient mystical creature from a time before the Age of Legends. A fearsome beast, reputed to have magical powers. So it's just one beast? If it's just one beast, how can it be a tradition to kill it and bring its hide back? You're fucking with me, you bastard. I hate elves! Okay. So we need to go find this Xavier Hippington fellow. But maybe we will do that next video. Welcome to Stillwater, folks.